Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the Cornerstone SMP. Real quick, there's a couple of small changes here in the Hobbit Hole that I need to show you. For one, you can see I put in a small sheep farm, just these two modules, because I needed a lot of black wool for something that you will see soon probably. And then I also started filling out the gaps in this hallway just with this first module here. I basically wanted to be like a kind of like a natural history museum where you have, you know, like the stuffed animals, the taxidermy. I'm not doing a very good job of describing it, but if you've been to one of those, you probably know what I'm talking about. Instead of taxidermy, of course, our animals are alive. So the first one is this little turtle area right here with a palm tree and a stone ceiling as of now, because I ran out of blue concrete. But yeah, I basically want to get in some more exotic animals. I'm thinking like foxes I could try to get, panda bears, just stuff that kind of makes me go out and explore, right? And then I added in a gallery wall here with a parrot, because on the other side of this is a super smelter that Matt built, which has been awesome in smelting a ton of copper for my shop. And he's of course been using it to make pots. Yeah, I think it's 16 furnaces. Yeah, and that has been great. And just over here, this is so cool as well, he built this dripstone cave. You know, it's just kind of fun because we have our Hobbit holes, they're kind of meeting here in this area, so you have the two different styles going together as well. So just kind of a really interesting area, and then he just added in this very like, natural dripstone cave to collect lava for fuel for the super smelter. So yeah, I love this. I love how this area turned out so far. And here's a little axolotl aquarium. There's just a lot going on in this space, I'll be honest. A lot of stuff in a small space, and I love it. Now you might have noticed here, you see some mini blocks, and this is what I want to focus on first. So we do again have the armor stand data pack, just like last season, you know, where you can make little statues out of armor stands. And then we also have mini blocks and mob heads. And the mini blocks are a bit different this time, because last season you could buy them from the Wandering Trader, but now this season you use the stone cutter. So you can see if I put in stone, there's all the normal options, but then also mini stone. Which makes sense, right? But then you can also put in other stuff that normally the stone cutter does nothing with. So the spruce log, mini spruce log. Doesn't make a ton of sense as it's called a stone cutter, but I love it. So let's have a little bit of fun with the armor stands and mini blocks and do some decoration outside the Hobbit Hole. Kinda just want to put my shelf here, chopping some wood, like a hobbit would, I think? Woody? I don't know. I'm doing it anyway. So, and since I am of course a hobbit, this is new, okay, I have to get used to this. What is scale? Oh, that's so cool. So last time I used this, what you could do is you could have the, you know, like normal size figure and then a small like child figure, kind of the size of a baby zombie. But it looks like now you can do some in between. That's super cool. What's a good hobbit size? Smaller than this? Maybe one smaller? I feel like that's a good hobbit size. That might just be at the zombie size, baby zombie size again, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's good to know still. Let's give it an X. Let's turn off gravity. So as a chopping block, I used the mini spruce log. And then what I'm thinking is I can... Oh, okay. So now he's wearing the mini oak log as a head. But then if I scale it down, it's gonna become smaller, right? Can I make it even smaller? I can. Look at that. Now it's a tiny log. It's just like a branch. But for a hobbit that still needs chopping, right? Apply gravity, no. Has visual fire, that's new too. Oh. You can set stuff on fire. That's crazy. Okay. Learning a lot of new things. Then we do the stand is invisible, and then nudge it onto that spruce log. I think that's good. Then I will lock it. Utilities, yes, lock. Okay, and so now I can give this little mini-me some emotion or motion. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Right in the middle of chopping that log. Let's lock it. I think that's actually adorable. Look how small. Look how small I am. It's what I wish I was. Like this size. Then I would feel like a true hobbit. True Minecraft hobbit. But now I can just look at mini-me and pretend it's a mirror. Yeah, so but I kind of have the idea to do something like this for everyone in Hobbiton. So I have a little version of them, a hobbit version of them outside their base, doing some kind of small activity like this. Because I feel like it would make this place feel a bit more alive, especially when no one's online, like right now. And also just be super cute and kind of also showing people who lives in a specific Hobbit Hole. So lots of good reasons to do it. So I've been working on something for you for the last couple of days.
Better not be what I think it is. Oh no. This is not what I was thinking it was gonna be. Wow.
What?
That's pretty awesome.
So all the grey stuff is just cobblestone right now, but I want to do that all black carpet, and then the bigger impact I'm gonna do orange carpet, and then just finish coloring in the foot.
Wow. I guess this is really a thing. I'm gonna really have to step up my game here.
So I will say you're not the only person who's gonna get this, but you're definitely the first recipient, so hope you feel at least a little bit honored.
What is this, Nellis?
It's an ad campaign.
Big feet, bigger impact. Oh my gosh.
And to make his promise of building a gunpowder farm more tangible, this is for you as well.
Is Matt producing the gunpowder?
He's going to build one if he gets voted for mayor that is going to be free to use for all Hobbit citizens.
Holy cow.
Yep.
I don't know if I necessarily approve of this this motto.
I feel like as a true Hobbit you have to.
I get it. Yeah, it's appropriate. It's just God, that's an ugly foot.
Hey.
No, I understand. You made this though, right? It's no. It's the reason is because it's too good. And
right.
It's too detailed.
It's too realistic.
Detailed. It's too realistic,
yeah.
Exactly.
It is a very accurate representation of Matt's foot. Yeah, but you get to keep that. You can, put it up maybe outside your Hobbit Hole if you feel like it. Right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you don't, I might just do it myself. So.
Okay, so free gunpowder if he's voted mayor.
Yes. And carrying on the Hobbit spirit like no one else could.
True. It is Hobbiton, right? So it's like you have to remember the roots.
Exactly.
Right? The origins, the source material.
I don't know if you remember, but last season he already lived in a Hobbit Hole. So he is the truest Hobbit of us all.
I do remember that. He is an OG Hobbit.
Yep.
Yeah? That's a good point.
Reasons.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Maybe you can tell others, the good news.
For sure. Yeah. That is very good news. The free gunpowder farm. That intrigues me. I do like free gunpowder.
Yes.
And Ant can't keep up with that. He's selling his gunpowder.
Exactly. He would never give it away for free.
No, never, ever. I'll hold on to the map. I might put it up. And it sounds like that you'll put it up anyway.
Yeah, well, I'll just come check your Hobbit Hole later in the day, I think.
Sure. But, I understand.
If you don't, if it's too much work to put it up for you, then I'll be happy to do that for you.
Okay, sounds good. I'll leave it in a chest, so if you go in my house, you can find it.
Yeah, well, I just get a second one, I'm sure I'll have lots.
Oh, you're probably printing these by the dozens.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Yeah. So are these going up in the shopping district too?
Just wherever seems right.
Everywhere, Nellis.
Probably. So the mayoral campaign for Matt for mayor is officially on its way. We started with Drew, and then afterwards Matt and I have just been spreading these posters around. And we did also go to everyone's base here in Hobbiton, everyone's Hobbit Hole, and we put up that little stand with the poster, sign, and then gunpowder. Some have already taken it down, but not everyone, which is, I think, is a good sign. And I have also been doing a little building since then. You know, sometimes I like to just kind of build for myself. I know it's nice when I can actually show the process, but I'm trying to find kind of a balance between that. So I built this little harbor down there. And honestly, there's only a few things left, I feel like, that I need to do until my Hobbit Hole is finished, which is kind of exciting. I mean, I always knew this wasn't going to be a very big project, but it kind of feels nice to have something so early in the season that already feels like an almost finished project. But yeah, so we have Hobbiton Harbor. I built this little longboat, I don't know what you would call it, that I do think is very Hobbit size friendly. And then, you know, we just have all of our actual boats that we use to get around the river here. Barrels and chests and things that you would probably find at a harbor, some fish that I definitely did not steal from Decisive. And this is very nice because there used to just be this awkward cliffside here that you had to climb up whenever you arrived with your boat. And now you can very comfortably just walk up. You know, Chegg did tell me yesterday he was gonna fix his base entrance. Let's be honest, there's not that much fixing needed, it's just kind of crazy. That's not a bad thing though. But all he did since then is just add in a door. It's kind of funny. So I have a habit of just looking at Minecraft builds on Pinterest, and you can find a lot of really cute little things on there that I usually save because of how cute they are, but then rarely find a way to implement them when actually, or like build them or add them to builds. Because it also has to make sense and kind of work, right? But Hobbiton is such a cute little place that a lot of these things do work. So I put in this picnic table, which I definitely stole from Pinterest, but I think is so cute. Or not picnic table, picnic blanket, right? And it uses the composter as a picnic basket. I think that's so adorable. And I added a mushroom cave back here. So this does grow its own mushrooms, so it's kind of interesting. I know you can't plant mushrooms in a lit area, so what I did is I planted them while it was dark, and then afterwards added in the torch. And I didn't expect them to actually grow with the light there, but I guess it is the rule that you can't plant them when it's not dark, but they grow when it's not dark, which is kind of strange. But good to know. So now this is our little mushroom cave. And then I also put in this archway up here, which when you're coming from the shopping district I feel like is pretty nice. Kind of framing, welcome to South Hobbiton, and then you enter. Yeah, so just kind of small things to try and bring the place together and at least finish my kind of area of it. Yeah, and when I say I'm close to finishing, I want to add a couple more trees around here, and then inside my base, it's basically the only thing that's not done yet is this tunnel to the spider farm. Using this as storage right now for an upcoming project that I'm pretty excited about. But I did add in one more thing here with panda bears, and I really want to put armadillos in there probably. And then we have a few more spots, right, for animals to go for a little natural history museum exhibition. That's kind of it for the base, I think. We also have this is another Pinterest thing. Put the parrot in a cage. This is the annoying thing about living together with everyone. So many pillager raids. Yeah, but what I do want to take you on to do with me now is build another small decorational thing. So I have also seen people using these hanging signs to make the hanging benches. That's not what it's called. Swings. That's what it is. Which I think is a super cool idea as well. So I want to do one of those somewhere. And I don't have any space left. Oh gosh, he's chasing me. I don't have any space left by my Hobbit Hole for it. But I was thinking maybe up above North Hobbiton. What is this? It's a bone button. Looks like a big fly sitting on the wall. Very strange. Alright. But if we had like a little swing overlooking Hobbiton, I feel like that'd be cute. I mean, maybe here that's kind of a little bit of a flat area. Let's give it a bit more space. So I'll have it 3 wide, I think. Let's move this over by 1. Need to figure out how to make this work. But then basically using the trapdoors as a seat, right? And for the backrest. And I wonder, should I make this one higher? Yeah, I think so. So 1 higher. And you go like this. And then put chains, and this is one of my favorite things to do at the moment, is put hanging signs on chains because of it just looks so cool. So kind of vertical like this, or like diagonal, and you have your hanging bench, your swing. I do feel like this would be too tall for hobbits, but can't really think of a way to make it lower. Yeah, see, and this would also be another good spot for a tree to grow above. To have some shade while you're sitting on the swing, looking down at Hobbiton in all its beauty. So I just noticed that someone put a conduit down here in our river, which is awesome. Now we have night vision and water breathing, right? And it does make me think. You know, I always think back to my season 1 where I had my underwater base and I had that big dragon creature underwater. It was very magical, very fantastical. Maybe that is something that Hobbiton still needs as well, some kind of water monster. We shall see, I guess.
My dog followed me.
Is that the one from the nether?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm putting all of mine in the cyan, so... Brad hates it because you can't get rid of he calls it pink.
Oh, I didn't even realize you could color the armor.
Is there any
Just
way
a
to
piece
take
of
it
dye.
off?
My shears are gone. You just shear it. It's actually an
Oh.
advancement.
Oh.
I can't. Nobody can shear it but you, though. Do you know that? Because I tried to take Brad's dog's armor off to be mean, and he wouldn't let me. Oh, you got shears, okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna dye mine. He doesn't love me. He never goes towards me. He's like, look, he's looking away. Come on, little guy, come here.
Can I have my shears back?
Hey, you gonna follow me, little dude?
Can I have my shears back? Oh. I just punched your chest plate off. Can I have my shears back though?
Why?
Cause they're mine. I enchanted them.
Oh my gosh! You're hurting my dog. You gotta take your armor off.
He's hurting himself. Yes, he's happy. He loves me. Can I have my shears back?
Yes, you can.
Thanks. What are you gonna dye yours?
Maybe a light blue.
Then I'm gonna do dark blue. Like his color. Kinda looks like the Avatar.
Oh, mine looks like the Avatar even more. Come here. Come here, doggy. Whoa, whoa!
What?
What's happening?
What did you do? How did you do that? That was awesome. You breakdancing.
Slithered away. See where my dog is now. Permanently. You think if I push him down here, he'll teleport before he lands?
Test it. He's just sitting down there. Can you send him up in the elevator?
Oh, that's a good call. Let me try. Oh. Yes.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Oh,
That was adorable. I want to add some of these templates to my armor. I only have 3 of them, so I can't do all pieces. But I want to at least use these 3. I'm also not sure what they look like, so we'll find out. And I want to use copper because, you know, we're kind of an inventor hobbit with the goggles, a little bit of a steampunk vibe. So I feel like copper is a good fit to represent that. So this one is the Wayfinder. Oh, it's like a little squiggly. Let's see what the other one looks like. I think I prefer the Wayfinder here. Let's do that. Yeah, that's pretty simple, but I don't mind that. I'm sure we will lose this armor at some point anyway. And then now the question is, should I do the pants or the boots? I think I'm gonna do the boots. That's pretty fancy. Yeah, I really like the way that the copper looks with the diamond actually. Very pleasant, like light colors. So in the beginning of the episode I built this Hobbit mini-me, and since then I also made one for Matt over here in front of his entry, which is him as Madwise the Brave. With this spider head on his sword. And I used the spider eye as kind of the guts coming out, which I've seen other people do before. A little gory and very cool. And then I wanted to do it for other people too, but didn't want to just place something in front of the Hobbit Hole if they might not even want it. So I put a message in the Discord and I said, if you want a Hobbit mini-me, then just leave your head in this barrel, so they can basically request it if they want it. And so we have 3 people already, Level, Jack and J2. And I'm gonna do Level first to actually just join the game. To promise that there's no actual bad blood between us. I showed him as the little beekeeper that he is. Beekeeper hobbit level. So I used the bee mini heads. Don't ask how I got them. And made them even smaller than they normally would be by using stands, armor stands on them again as well. And that way I was also able to nudge this one a little bit so that it's looking downward. And the nice thing about the bee heads is that it's not actually just the head, it's a whole bee. Like you can see the stinger and the wings. So I think that turned out really cute. Having a really hard time ending this video because lots of small things keep happening, it feels like. Look at this, someone almost bought me out of copper ingots. That's 8 diamonds. I'm gonna restock that ASAP. No other copper sales, and then I did also 1 diamond here. I did change the prices a bit because I can't see it from here. Maybe out here. Oh yeah, there's a rival honey shop popping up. I'm not sure if it's officially open yet, but I walked in there and looked at his prices and matched them. Honey bottles are even cheaper now than his though. So I have 64 for 1 diamond here. And then we're doing 32 honey blocks for 1 diamond. And 2 stacks of honeycomb for 1. These stay the same as I had them. Just trying to match the business competitor. I do have enough here to restock, luckily. This episode is a little bit chaotic, I'm sorry about that. I did add in the couple of trees that I talked about earlier. You saw me build this one in the time lapse, and then I also built this one up here. I definitely went for a bit of a different structure with each of these, right? And that's just kind of depending on the terrain that I build it on. So this one is a lot more straight and kind of a bit more simple, because there's not a lot of space down here, and then since this one kind of sits above you, at least I think usually you'll be more in this position looking at it than looking at it from above. And it's also sitting over the picnic area. I really wanted it to have roots that kind of reach around you, almost like it's giving you a hug. And I also put in a waterfall. Drew had put one in over here, and I was kind of bored of this cliffside a bit, so I wanted to make it a little more interesting and thought, why not also add another waterfall? And it's flowing over this roof here by the portal. So now when you come out of the portal, you basically come out behind the waterfall, which I think is kind of nice. And then I have also been doing some more armor stand magic. Yeah, so if we go up here, I run through Hab Space a lot because he has these elevators here that take you up the side of South Hobbiton. And then up here is J2's little Hobbit Hole, and I made an armor stand of him as a pumpkin farmer, which I think is kind of funny. It is a bit big, I will say, but I think it's so cute. The little hobbit pushing this giant wheelbarrow with a pumpkin in it. We now have a pumpkin farmer in our community. Then I have to run back to my base to show you the other one, which is probably my favorite of the ones I've made so far. And that is Jack over here. There you see it. So, I had a trident and that I got from a drowned in the river, and I don't really ever use tridents, to be honest. So I thought I'd put it to use as a statue. And we do have a lot of squid here in this river, so this seemed fitting as well to have him proudly showing off his squid catch. Each of these arms, so it's the... oh, what is it called again? You know, the warped vine, basically, that grows up from the ground. So each arm is one of those. So that means an individual armor stand for every single arm of the squid. And then, of course, an armor stand for Jack here. So 9 armor stands in total are sitting in this. But yeah, I love this. Just the shape of these vines worked out so well. I think it's not the exact same color at all, but I think it's close enough to still work. How did you get down there? What? You guys have been in our Hobbit holes for forever. How did he leave you? But yeah, there'll be a couple more armor stands to do next episode. I still have at least 2 people that put their heads in my barrel, that commissioned one. And then I will also try to finish off the spider tunnel in the Hobbit Hole soon, but we are getting close to the end of our Hobbiton journey, it seems, which is kind of exciting. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.